involved in this here. So state representative for Rockingham District 15 is next, and that Rockingham District 15 is just Newton, okay? So we have a Democratic candidate and a Republican candidate who are going to tell you about them. So we'll bring up the challenger first, which is Kate Michaels. So Kate, if we could bring you up here. Did you want the podium?
Okay, I'm going to be a podium person tonight. I had a little family emergency, so I hope you bear with me. I'm going to be looking at my notes. My daughter had to come home early from school today. So first, thank you to Selectman Burrell and everyone who organized this event. And thank you all for caring enough to come tonight. And of course, thank you to Mary Allen for your years of service to this town. It's really inspirational. And can you hear me okay? Okay, good. So I'm Kate Michaels, and I'm running for your state rep, and it would be a complete privilege to represent you in Concord. I'm a single mother who moved to Newton for a fresh start after the death of my daughter's father. And truly, I always dreamt of living in a beautiful small town closer to nature with good neighbors. And I am so grateful to have that here in Newton. It's a way of life, for me, worth protecting. I found that in Newton we share far more than what separates us, our love for our family and friends and wanting a future that fills our hearts with hope. And I'm running because I care about the town and I care about the people in this town. So as I said, a little more about me. I'm a mother, I'm a small business owner, an educator, a clinical social worker who specializes in addiction, trauma, and PTSD, among other things. I'm also trained in mediation. You probably know what that is if you divorce mediation. That's how to find consensus when people don't agree. I think it's a very useful skill, and so that everyone is heard. Also trained in conflict resolution, which is similar, and clinical research. Now that may sound boring, but it is really crucial in obtaining accurate information when you make very important decisions for people's lives. It taught me never to accept a report from one special interest group as my only source of knowledge. It's really important to me. I've spent a lifetime helping people and empowering them, and I want to bring these skills to Concord to help the people, the families, and the children of Newton, as well as those suffering from addiction, which I have a lot of experience with. And I believe the only way this is done is working across the aisle with integrity and hard work, caring, availability, and fiscal responsibility, which is always asking how much does this cost and who is going to pay for it. I've seen firsthand in my life what we can accomplish when we work together and empower one another to do our best. It really works. And to do this, we have to keep our conversation going because working together is a collaborative process. This means meeting with the residents of Newton on a regular basis and listening to what is needed and then coming up with innovative ways to meet these needs. And there's one thing I've learned about innovation in all my years of helping people, and if you are ideologically entrenched and unwilling to listen, you cannot innovate. It is absolutely impossible. It doesn't work. You cannot do the same thing over and over and expect a new result. Innovating requires being open-minded, curious, flexible, and listening to one another, even if you don't think you agree with that person, because there is value in our differences. It also requires finding out what has worked and what will work. This is time-saving and money-saving, and it's the best way to go about things. And also in all things, prevention saves dollars and lives. Okay. So you can get the idea. I believe people are what matters. You and your families and their right to prosper, to safety, and to a positive future are what's important. People are more important than political parties, more important than corporate agendas. People are more important than big lobby groups and super PACs telling us how to run our state. And the only special interest group I care about is you. And the heart of our country, it's our people. We are the best investment in the future of this country because without us, there are no consumers, there's no workers, there is nothing. We're far more powerful than we often feel and realize. And if any one politician tells you they can fix everything, they're wrong, because it takes each and every one of us working together from the ground up to create the positive future and changes we want and I want to create that positive future with you. That's my elevator speech. And I have flyers, like many of the people here in the back of the room, which goes over in detail my positions. Obviously, as a Newton resident, the property taxes are a problem. We all know that. There is an excessive tax burden here. There's lots of mandates from Concord, but not a lot of funding. Definitely not for state income tax. Probably people want to know that. And we have to address New Hampshire's longstanding structural deficit, because that's, if not, we can't be on a good financial path together. Obviously, the opioid crisis, very important to me. I'll bring my skill set, and in addiction and recovery, very interested in preventive care at an early age, preventive treatment. There are incredible programs coming out now which don't cost a lot of money and have a wonderful impact. And I just want to thank you for your time, hopefully your vote. And at the end of your hardworking day, I want you to be able to rest easy knowing I'm going to have your back in Concord. So thank you.